My name is Sree So I work for Department of Communities and Justice at Parramatta. So I work as a IT director for the whole of government program that's been running for the last 2 years.
Hi, my name is Shruti and I work as a payroll master data officer in Tauna. I've been in this role for like 2.5 years now.
I have a friend whose name is Rajendra Totade. So we used to play cricket together, right? So that's how I know him for the last few years when I started back my cricket. Yeah. So he was in a casual chat and told me about the high income property that he has joined over there, and he's been helping the customers what he was doing about the investment property, how you do. And that's how we came and started with a very casual conversation to a real thing, right? So I wanted to do some of the investments, what we were planning to do within the real estate side of the things, using our super actually together. So they have helped us in terms of finding a property in Queensland, so which we have recently bought. The main reason was the returns I'm getting with my current super fund, so which was not a very nominal given depending on the market situation. We were planning anyway to take the money and do our own investments. That was the whole sole purpose. So I was just planning this for the last few years. And after talking to Raj, this just materialized very quickly, right? So, and he was all the way, every step of the process, helping me in terms of getting set up and also finding a property and doing all the paperwork and supporting me in terms of every step. So real estate, right? So why real estate, you ask me? It's one of the passive income, right? So which we were looking for. Not right now. So our plan was to always invest a long-term investments, right? So not a short-term, right? So when we retire, hopefully. And that was the whole purpose of this conversation, right? So with them. So that's how I was talking to him, and he said, this is the right way of doing it if you want to do it. Because self-managed super fund is predominantly well-governed and it's really auditable. I've spoken to a few of my friends, so they did, who are already doing self-managed super fund. When I compared the initial investment they have to put in terms of all the setup and all the things, what are the difficult phases they have gone through in terms of setting up, finding the right information, how to do it. So all this was given to me in hand with the people who work at the high income property, right? So every step, and they took me through the whole journey, right? So and introduced me to the right people when I needed to talk. Plus, I would say very nominal in terms of the fees, which they have introduced to the guys, where you need to have an accountant, you need to have a mortgage broker. So I don't have to go and find every right person for that particular job. So it was all handed over to me. For me, the process, and because of the time I work, right? So I work pretty long hours. So I was find a one-stop shop for everything, right? So high income property has given me that advantage of providing me every information at one place. They have taken me through the journey of where I should invest and given me options in terms of how I should do, and also what is the best possible for my scenario, right? So it's not like it's an open general conversation. So they have invested their time to understand what I was looking for, plus how best suited where I should buy, and they did explain to me of what is the rental yield was gaining for different options which was given, and the decision was sole us, right? So we were making the decision. So they were just giving us a framework, I would say, to make that decision more easy, more consumable to me and to my wife, and how and every step of the way in terms of from the inception to settlement. They take you through every step, and you've been assigned a support officer within the high income property. They will follow up You don't have to call them. They'll follow up and do the documentation, everything. So I was a little skeptical in terms of moving from the bigger super fund to self-managed super fund. My wife was telling me from the last 2 years that why don't we do this, right? So I was just not able to make that decision. Once I've spoken to Raj and the high income property, how they do, I think I've made that decision pretty much in a day, right? So I just want to let the guys know, whoever see the testimonial, right? So they're really good, and how they support the customer who comes to them. I've seen that firsthand, and I just want to recommend them whoever wants to come and join.